Sorry, gonna mute that real quick. Haj returns. Good evening, gentlemen, ladies, and gentlemen. Oh. There we go. Alright. Settling on in. The game should be starting soon. Sorry, I've been watching... I recently finished Blue Archive, or the anime, and now watching Shangri-La Frontier. Totally hooked! Holy fuck, this anime is so good. I should have started it almost 2 years ago! Woohoo! Shit's amazing. Alright, so tonight we got the Nexus Titans, ou les Titans du Nexus, versus our boys DH Yuzu in the Division 2 Showcase match. Give you guys an idea, in Division 2 right now, DH Yuzu are 1-3. Okay, so this is a bottom of the barrel matchup. The fight for last place. The loser gets last place. Winner moves up in the rankings. Let's motherfucking go. As always, we're cheering for our hometown heroes. But hey, if the Nexus Titans play like motherfucking gods, oh, then we'll be glazing. Shouldn't be too long. People are being sent invites to the lobby. Should be able to start relatively on time shortly. So settle on in. Get your snack, get your food, get your drink. I got my Wachiwa bottles. That's all I need. I brushed my teeth earlier today. It's on such a fucked up schedule that... Oh. What? Okay. Are we remaking the lobby? It looks like we might be remaking the lobby. I don't know. No, it's fine. I don't need to see the rock, paper, scissors. God damn it. Alright, we'll be casting the one-on-one for side selection. Let's see who's the better support. Alright. Alright, interesting. This is the first customs 1v1 for side selection. We've got our boy Hydrus, the support main, versus Gribbs. Not too sure what position Gribbs is playing, but I know Hydrus is a support player, so... Alright. We're going to be casting an intense best of one. Oh, looks like we're considering the Tryndamere. I believe this goes by the traditional rule set of First Blood. Is First Blood 100 CS or First Turret? So we'll have to see if we're using the Red Bull official 1v1 guideline. Looks like we've got a bruiser matchup in the top lane. We got Tryndamere and Renekton hovered. Nothing locked in for now, but this is gonna be exciting. Are these two support mates gonna be picking top laners? Hey yo! Just do me proud. Turn that boy in a roadkill. Oh, we're doing the rune pages. No one's locked in yet. We could pivot at any time. Tryndamere's been locked in for the Nexus Titans. Renekton's been locked in for the Yuzu. Let's get ready for a bloody brawl. Throw them dance moves out. What? 3 minutes of spectator delay? Bro, the game's gonna be over. God damn it, I can never escape. I can never escape. What is this? There's always a fucking spectator delay. Fuck me, man. Alright, I've got confirmation from JC that I will not miss out on Champion Select. So let's get ready to rumble! Sorry, I'm excited. I thought I was going to miss the draft and everything's like... Yo, I'm just sitting here waiting for like in 300 plus seconds. Man, sometimes I wish this water with some alcohol so I could get high. Oh, I can get high. Wow. Don't even know what alcohol does. Oh. Alright, we got about 80 seconds. I'm just cleaning my nails right now with a nail clipper. And a toothpick. Don't really have anything else to do. Oh, apologies for the yawns. My days start so early. Okay, well, I guess I can log into Blue Archive while we wait. So how are you guys doing tonight? Oh! Oh, we're getting it early! There's no time for video games! It's time for some League of the Legos! Am I unmuted? Oh yeah! Alright, we've got Pool Party Renekton! And on red side... we've got Nightbringer Tryndamere? No. Chemtech Tryndamere. Alright, I think, no. I don't know. Anyways... Here we go. We got Guardian's Blade versus Guardian's Horn Cloth Armor. Okay, it looks like Hydra's going for the turbo aggro start. And our boy Gribbs going for the super defensive man start. Let's see what skill order we've chosen. So we went 1 point in each. And then one. Okay, we went 1 point in each for both players. Looks like Gribbs is playing. Why is it paused? Okay, my bad. I guess I accidentally paused. Okay, looks like Gribbs gonna feed the Poro! Hydras, feed the Poro! Do it! Give him the cookie, he's a good boy. Look, he's even got like that mohawk. Well, Hydra's trying to get the first, let the secret opportunity approach. Hydra's gonna make it first to the wave, gets the first auto attack onto a minion. The Color of the Meat gonna do a bit of damage, but the defensive start here from the side of Gribbs actually gonna go in the favor of... Ooh, the Ruthless Predator comes out, spinning slash backwards. We've got the slice, and then we dice away backwards. Okay, Gribbs gonna use the Trinamir Rage to heal up a bit. Hydra so far with a lead, but Gribbs can come back at any time. You never know when these random crits are gonna land in the auto attack duel. The slice, unfortunately, Hydra takes a turret shot, and the first consumable of the game has not been used. Gribbs gonna miss out on the health pot. Unfortunate. Hydra's building a little bit of an XP lead. We slice in with the Call of the Big Ruthless Predator, and we dice out. Another slice, another dice, another Ruthless Predator. What are these cooldowns? This is insane. Hydra's putting Gribbs on the ropes. Wow, that heal for Trinamir was insane. He healed about 20% of his HP with a half bar. Alright, another slice into the Call of the Meat with the dice. The Ruthless Predator not gonna be channeled yet. Okay. Renekton unfortunately taking a turn shot, but having access to the second healing pad. Things are gonna go wild. Alright, both champions are now level 6. We've got the Dominiscus versus the Unending Fury. Alright, another nice Call of the Meek, but Gribbs is not taking much damage from these anymore. The Mocking Shout's gonna slow Renekton down. Renekton gonna dice in to try and get some minion clear, but Trinamir smarter than that. Gonna back off. Okay, we're starting to see the auto attacks. The Ruthless Predator comes down. The Conqueror has been stacked. Gribbs going to be in a little bit of damage. The Ignite proc. Gribbs is just running away. Unfortunately, the Ignite and the Dominus have been invested here. Hydra's no longer being able to heal up. Okay, we've got about a 10 CS lead for my boy Hydras. Okay, Dominus about 25% off cooldown, but we still have the Unending Rage. The Mocking Shout is gonna slow down. The Ruthless Predator comes in, gonna start out the Trinamir. The Spinning Slash gonna follow. And Hydra's forced to dice away. Alright, Gribbs maintaining solid control of the wave state now. What can Hydra's do to build back up? His Dominus is about half off cooldown, same with his Ignite. But right now, the Hydra's is starting to lose tempo pretty hard. About half a level down at this point in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the health pad has been procced. The stim pack has been activated for Renekton. Alright, we're starting to see a small CS discrepancy. But Hydra should be able to get most of this CS. Ruthless Predator going to stun Gribbs. The turret aggro going to be mitigated as we walk in and out of it. The Ruthless Predator procced on a minion. Not what we want to see. Hydra's going to miss another minion. The turret's going to go kerpow on these minions. Hydra's managing to have a minute CS lead for now. But we'll have to see if he can keep it up. The Call of the Meek and then a slice and dice Ruthless Predator. We dice out, but the Mocking Shot's gonna slow down. Grip's gonna take a turret shot, but the Trinamir heal is insane. No access to anti-heal. It's gonna be pretty dangerous. Hydra's taking a lot of damage in this exchange. Gotta be careful. The Ruthless Predator comes out once again, but Gribbs can just fully heal these exchanges. Unfortunately, Renekton doesn't have many outs. We're gonna have to win an all-in duel, and if we don't, this 1v1 is gonna go the way of pain. Gribbs gonna take a turret shot for fun, but has access to the Super Tryndamere heal should he need it. Okay, Gribbs going to take a really bad exchange, but the Tryndamere heal fully heals him up, now having access to the stim pack. Okay. The Dominus and Ignite has been invested. The Tryndamere ult is being held on to. We're flashing away. We still have access to the Tryndamere ultimate. And again, the all-in was not successful for Hydras. But he is maintaining a 15 CS lead. Let's see if Gribbs is able to close the gap. We don't know what rule set regulation we're using. It could be for First Blood. But it could also be 100 CS or the first turret. We'll have to find out. The snowball, the Chemtech mark has landed, and the mocking shout. But Hydra's just going to dash away with the dice, having access to it. Tryndamere getting some good wave clearance, but now Hydras is up a full wave. Okay, some nice turret aggro management, clearing the back minions so that the turret would focus onto Gribbs. Gribbs still has access to his ultimate, which is a really big point of contention in this 1v1. If Hydras cannot proc the Unending Fury, he cannot win this match. Tryndamere able to heal 400 plus HP every time his bar is full is a little bit insane. The mocking shout, Renekton starting to take a lot of damage. We've got the Dominus and the Ignite. They're going to come off cooldown once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to see another all-in. But Hydras chooses to dash away with the dice instead. The Color of the Meat going to clear the wave. Things are getting intense. We're getting close to the 100 CS mark. We'll have to see who does it better. Okay, the Flash Dominus Ignite going to channel the Unending Rage. Tryndamere's on really low HP, but has access to a lot of healing. Renekton's got to be careful. The Dominus will draw turret aggro, takes a turret shot in compensation. Okay, and looks like we're back to the start. This time, Tryndamere has no ultimate, but Renekton has no Ignite to threaten the Tryndamere heal. Okay, we've got a Spinning Slash. Chemtech mark in. Mocking shout. Looks like Gribbs is trying to apply this turret pressure. Will he be able to on this wave? Okay, Hydra slicing and dicing in. Tryndamere has to be careful. GG's! Hydras are victor with 100 CS on the Renekitons! Let's go! And that's gonna be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Side selection goes over to Team Yuzu! That was an intense best of one, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we have gotten... give me a second. Am I flashing something inappropriate on screen? No? Sorry, I'm trying to find the draft screen. Where is my draft screen? Apex Esports? No. Okay, give me a second. I can't find it. There we go. Alright. Alright. Apologies. Okay. We're full screening. Alright. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that 1v1 cast. We're gonna try to make it a regularity for side selection at the start of every cast. But let's get right into it. Mr. JC gonna lose access to his gooey motherfucker. We're gonna be taking away, let me see the players' names. We're gonna be taking away Peter's Shen and Peter's Olaf. Okay, so heavy ban focus onto Peter. It looks like Azor gonna be playing more on the weak side of things. We'll have to see how things go. Okay, Archeon's Katarina, we're paying respects. They saw the preview for yesterday's episode, and they know that this nasty motherfucker is a filthy Katarina player. Looks like we're going to be banning Braum away from KC in 87. Okay, Azor being respected for an Aatrox ban. Hey, yo, my boy making it big in life. Ah, no. We back to the Scarter draft, boys. The snooze jungle meta. What are we going to pick? Sejuani, Maokai, Nidalee? Nidalee? Please? Nidalee? Give me an exciting jungle matchup, please. I don't want to see it, Ivern. Please. No Ivern, no Jarvan. Oh, it is. Oh, looks like we're locking in Ashe for Identificator. Okay, what are we going to be? Oh, the Lilia. Nice. The Lilia for Grips. Oh, Grips was the jungle player. Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, looks like my boy Blios gonna be able to get access to his pentakill Kaisa. Let's go! And we're putting Hydras on the hook slut Nautilus. Let's go! Alright, I'm hype. I'm just not hype about the Scarter pick. It's so boring to watch. But hey, I'll watch some Kaisa Nautilus any goddamn day of the week. Let's see what we're gonna be pairing up with this Ashe. We already banned the Braum away. But we still have the options like Thresh, the options like Rakan. Rakan into Kaisa Nautilus, not too fun. But looks like we are flexing a potential Tahm Kench support pick. Either that or it is a ban against my boy Azor. Gotta respect Archeon Syndra because this man's a magician in the mid lane. Alright, let's see what Yuzu have to fire back with some bans. Ooh, looks like we're trying to take out the scaling element away from Nexus Titans. Darius respect ban for my boy Azor. Alright. Okay, I didn't know Azor played Darius. But I mean, I guess there's a lot of top laners banned. And maybe if this Tahm Kench goes top, Darius has an easy time into it. So maybe it's just a really good ban. But we don't know. This Tahm Kench could be supported really good into champions like Nautilus, being able to negate the all-in, eat the Nautilus, throw him under turret. And Bismillah, looks like we're gonna ban the LGBT activist away from Martin Mystery. Martin Mystery getting 2 target bans in round number 2. We'll have to see. Ooh! Okay, so this might confirm that it's a Maokai top lane? Yeah, this might just confirm that it's Maokai top. Tom can support an amazing front line for the side of Les Titans du Nexus. Sorry, I would say Les Titans du Nexus, but it sounds less cool than me saying that same name in English but French speak. A reminder to everyone that Ambessa on release is disabled for 2 weeks in pro play. We are going to lock in Brad for Urkion? Because we already have a Skarner, right? There's no way Skarner's playing top lane. I mean, Heartsteel meta is a thing. We could see Mr. JC on the Brandy Landy, but I think Skarner doesn't really lane well anymore. He had too many laning nerfs. We'll have to see. It's going to confirm with this last pick. Yuzu on the clock. We're locking in Mordekaiser for... Okay, I'm confused. Okay, so it's Skarner jungle, Brent mid, Mordekaiser top, Kaisa not bot. Okay. Alright, interesting. What are we rounding off the comp? A Silas! Okay, interesting. So, we very heavily lack physical damage on the sides of Le Titan du Nexus. But that is going to be our draft, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some interesting matchups. Let's get into the game. So if you're new here and you're not used to my level of energy, sorry, I only cast with pure, unadulterated passion. Team fights will get loud. If you have to lower the volume to better understand what I'm saying, understandable. Other than that, if you enjoy loud noises, you're welcome in advance. I will be ringing the shit out of your speakers. So, if you know what's good for you, don't put me on speaker. Don't put me on the surround sound speakers. You might have ear issues after this cast, because we are hype. Alright, as always, for those new to the channel, we will be pausing the music while in game, and music will only be played outside of game, so lobby, champ select, stuff like that. But outside of that, look forward to it. We've got an exciting best of 3 Division 2 match between DH Yuzu and Les Titans du Nexus. We will find out exactly where everyone is going in the top lane shortly, because there could be some rather interesting flexes. Maokai could be top, Maokai could be support, Tom Kench could be top, Tom Kench could be support. It's really that flex that we're worried about. We're not really worried about the Brand and the Silas not going mid. Gonna be interesting that we pick Silas into Brand. Looks like we got ready check on both sides. We're starting champion select, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for the game. As always, this is your 6-minute warning that we have spectator delay. Champion selects going on. So yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Get a snack, get a drink, go to the washroom if you have to, because you don't want to miss this action at all. I'm gonna go get another bottle of water because I basically ran through mine during the 1v1. And you know me, I'm a loud mouth. I'm loud and I'm proud. And well, yeah, I'm just not gonna have a voice if I don't have any water. So, anyways, we'll be right back. But I'm pretty sure we are sending. It would be a little awkward to send Maokai into a Mordekaiser, but I mean, it's a possibility. I'll stay till I see the top lane. Okay, so Mordekaiser, and then we're locking in Maokai. Okay, so we are playing weak side. We're playing strong side for Yuzu top lane. What the fuck? Okay, I need a drink. I need a drink. Alright, so it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Azor on Mordekaiser, Mr. JC on Skarner, Urkion on Brand, Bleos, and Hydras on Kaisa and Nautilus, respectively. Dead on the other side, we've got Peta on Maokai, Gribbs on Lilia, we've got Martin Mystery on Silas, Identificator on Ash, and we've got Kason87 on Tamu Kenchi. This is your 4-minute warning. Before we get into the game, if you have to get anything, get it now, because you're not going to want to miss out on any of this action. I'll be unmuting when the game starts. I need a breather. Whew. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much. But as we get into the game, there we go. So we're playing weak side Maokai versus Mordekaiser. We'll have to see how abusable PETA is in game number 1. Looks like we're going for a 5 points invade. Oh, Hydrus is unsuspecting.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Have to be careful. If Hydrus checks, it might be the Jover for him. Ooh, Hydra's getting close. It's dangerous. Looks like Identificator going to land a volley. The Nautilus forced to take his hook early. I mean, it's normally what you take on Nautilus anyways, so not too big of a punish. Alrighty. Minions have spawned, which means it's time to have some funny money, honey, dunny bunnies. Alright, time to put the blue archive away. We got Maokai starting. Gonna be rather late to lane. Is he gonna be spotted? Looks like he has not been spotted. I don't think we were looking to do a lane swap, but just making sure. Okay, Martin Mystery gonna have to be trading his HP bar for minions and gold in the early part of the game. The brand, not the easiest combo killer. JC gonna start on his blue. Lilia also, Lilia starting ahead of her wolves. We have invade vision on both the red buff for Lilia and the red buff for Mr. JC. So we'll have to see if we get stuff done. Early game, Bleo's gonna find it maybe a little bit annoying to lane against the Ashe, but as we get that static shiv, things should be settling. Mordekaiser about to proc the Malady of Metal, but the Twisted Advance comes in from PETA. The Death Graph's not going to connect. Martin Mystery going to miss the Abduct. Hydrus with the all-in, and Kaysen taking a lot of damage. Them not being able to hit level 2 is big. Martin Mystery takes a chunk from the Boom Boom Clasm, going to get ignited by the Pyrohemia. Okay, Azor has to be a little bit careful playing in a giant ass wave. Okay, the Malady of Metal, Bramble smashed away. Bleo's doing what he can. Another nice hook onto the Nautilus. From the Nautilus onto the Tom Kench. The Kai'Sa passive going to proc on Kaysen, forcing that potion. We've got a heavy aggro start. Martin Mystery getting bullied. Stunned under the turret. Not gonna miss a CS because Silas is really good at recuperating minions. Another hook from Hydrus. This time going wide. Identificator gonna be taking a lot of damage. And then Kai'Sa passive gonna proc. Gonna be enough to burst through the barrier. Kai'Sa not having barrier. Okay, the Abscond abduct into the petrification chains. The flash twisted advance from Azor with a response of Azor gonna be able to guarantee himself a counter kill at least onto the Maokai, but this gives Gribbs a decent opportunity. Skarner having finished his first full clear, good on him, probably going to buy a Giant's Belt and going to look to get vision near the top side as his Grom should be respawning. We've got Hydrus here in the mid lane. We get enough mana to use one last Abscond. And Azor with a Blasting Wand versus a tier. Maokai, a little bit of a mana slut. So we always have to be a little bit careful. Gribbs taking looking to maybe make a play on this brand. The brand doesn't have much mana. Maybe we're going to force Urkion's Flash. We are forcing Urkion's Flash. Getting another mana flow band proc though. Pretty important. The Death Grass into the Malady of Metal. Maokai might be in a bit of trouble. The Ixtal impact gonna come through. Mr. JC's flash gets interrupted. The twisted advance by PETA. I think that killed him. I think PETA misplayed there. We're going to be shoving in. Maokai had just teleported back to lane 2. So what a disaster for the side of Le Titans du Nexus. However, they have solid vision control in the topside jungle. In the topside river. Urkion going to have a small farm lead. It is going to dissipate if he doesn't continue focusing the Silas, though. We've got a Faded Ashes start here for Silas. Hydra's looking for another play. Ooh, Erkion unfortunately going to miss out on 2 crucial CS. Going to hit level over to 6. Has the big boom boom chasm. Some really nice wave clear ability by the Brand, but Brand really wants to get a mana item as soon as possible, so we'll have to see. Bleo's also doing really good in the farming department against the Ashe. We've got maybe a Kraken Slayer start? I don't know. All these items look the same to me in terms of the 80 carry department. We've got a Boots Ruby buy from Azor as he walks back up top lane, and just a no magic here for the Maokai. Okay, some really nice poke on Adventigator. Martin Mystery going to be clearing the ward. Mr. JC getting priority access to the dragon means that Azor has to back off when the Nature's Grasp is unleashed, as he knows he is on the weak side of the map. Now, Gribbs looking to get some priority information onto Mr. JC's jungle. Probably going to sneak away a blue buff. So Mr. JC is stuck in his bot lane doing bot side doing his Krugs. Okay, we've got PETA looking to get some passive procs. The Bramble Smash going to throw Azor quite a bit of way. Oh, what a nice hook by Hydrus, catching Identificator off guard. No summoners were blown here, just the Titan's Resolve. That's what I'm gonna call it. Okay, we've got the Malady of Metal into the Shadow Realm. The Bramble Smash far away. Mr. JC with the Impale. The Prey Seeker's gonna miss, but Ashe isn't able to get away. But there's no flash here for Azor. Okay, Gribb's going to be flashing away. If the bowling ball lands, Azor's going to be in trouble. Looks like Hydrus takes aggro. And we're going to give the kill over to Mr. JC, a triple shared plate. But this Ashe going to miss out on quite a bit. Okay, looks like we've got another set of recalls by the top laners. So we've got a workings of, I think, a Holo Radiance for Maokai. And let's go toggle real quick. Looks like we got our workings of a Rylai's Crystal Scepter for Mordekaiser. We've got a black Fire Torch here start for Mr. Urkion. Heartsteel, currently the only default item you can build on Skarner. I think if you build any other item, then why are you playing Skarner? This champion scales so well on HP and really needs it, even on low stacks. It's super efficient. The Cataclysm, the Brand Boom Boom, gonna be stolen away by Martin Mystery. Going to tag Martin Mystery with this. Wait, what is this? So I keep saying Boom Boom Chasm, but it's called Pillar of Flame and Conflagration. Okay, I'm gonna keep saying Boom Boom Chasm. It sounds cooler. I believe Pyroclasm is the name of the ultimate for Brand, though. Okay. Okay, so nice Pillar of Flame going to help clear the wave. As Sears, the ability that stuns. Looks like Gribbs is in the bot lane. A nice hook by Hydrus. The Abyssal Dive going to be invested. But now the Nautilus ultimate coming in. Mr. JC looking with the Ishtal Impact to grab up. The Impale's going to grab 2. And now Gribbs is in trouble. with Sleepy Time, but the Stone Throw gonna be enough. Mr. JC going to send Gribbs to an early grave, and another hook by Nautilus. This man is insane. Hydras is your MVP for game 1 at this point. Martin Mystery, the Killer Instincts, goes into the turret. Kaisa's going a little too far, but Blios gets out with a sliver of health. That's a double kill to our Kaisa 80 carry, who's currently 4-0-2. Yuzu on a rampage. That's 2,000 gold ahead. We're scores 9-1. We're going to have to adapt for game number 2 if this keeps up, because that's going to be a quick 2-0. If not, Azor bullying PETA as well, up 600 gold. Everyone's having a blast here. Yuzu heard that this was a battle for last place, and they're sending the Les Titans du Nexus packing. All right, so it looks like we should have Kraken Slayer on back here for Blios. Kraken Slayer boots? No. Maybe no. Kraken Slayer pickaxe. Okay, good. So we are still working towards Ginsu's. Really good item. Azor here, about half a wave up. Urkion putting in a ton of pressure and able to help his junglers secure the grubs. Does have his teleport, investing it into the mid lane right now. With that Blackfire charge being completed, is going to be really bad news for Silas. We've got a teleport from Maokai. Can Azor get at least 8 plates? Looks like Azor has gone 8 plates. Maokai forced to walk away, almost has the Hollow Radiance, but we've got the Heartsteel for Skarner, and that's like huge. The Seer's gonna connect into the hook, the Pyroclasm, boom, boom, Abyssal dive, and it's not gonna be enough. Hydras with the Ignites is gonna take the kill. The Ishal Impact not having the time to make an impact for Mr. JC. He comes in, basically just a shortcut to having access to the Dragon. Let's go, Team Yuzu! Martin Mystery looking for an abduct, gonna abduct backwards, but going to steal the Nautilus ultimate, going to take a giant chunk of damage from this trade from the Pillar of Flame conflagration combo. Yeah, being permanently set on fire every time an ability hits really hurts. Azor, now with the Rylai, is going to be a little bit more annoying to deal with, but Gribbs is going to be trying to steal as much CS as he can. Mr. JC has to be careful, but we've taken the second dragon, so it's 3-3 in grubs, but it's 2-0 in dragons. Gribbs playing that recovery game, still doesn't have his first item. Gonna be an important first pickup when he manages to finish his Leandries, but I don't know if we're too far in. So far, we're 5k down. If Maokai survives, okay, the Nautilus ultimate, the Ash ult coming to try and save Urkion. And a nice flash by Azor. Brand being forced to flash here in the trade, but Silas, having expended his teleports, means that any damage he takes from these trades is going to be permanent for wave damage. Okay. Urkion with about 1,300 gold, probably going to look to pick up another Haunting, guys. PETA now making his way to the mid lane, probably just getting some vision control. Looks like we're going to pick up, we're going to finish Sork Shoes and pick up an Aptome here for Urkion. Kaisa is alone here, so Leos does have to be careful, but I do believe in his mechanics. This man is our GOAT. Mordekaiser putting on a lot of pressure onto the Maokai. Yeah, those isolated obliterates do a lot of damage. The Impale going to land on Martin Mystery. The stun connecting. The reverse Impale not going to land. Sleepy Time lands onto 3, but Gribbs is in trouble. And here we're going to start a contest for the blue buff. The Nautilus hook goes wide. Gribbs going to take away the blue buff. Mr. JC in a bit of trouble, but Tom Kedge going to get murdered. The flash staggering blow gonna be enough. Blios with the good kill with the Prey Seeker, the Twisted Advance onto Urkion. The Bramble Smash gonna be enough. And we gotta be careful. Maokai is healing up, but Hydra's now on a killing spree, and Blios is dominating. This bot lane from Letitadu Nexus just isn't it. Kaisa is him. I said in a cast yesterday, is Blios the next Gumayushi? And honestly, with his mechanics, he plays so fucking well. So proud to see this North American talent develop. Hopefully we get to see a lot more of him with the years to come. I hope he doesn't give up and go to Call of Duty, because it would be a shame to lose such beautiful mechanical prowess in North America. Okay. Looks like we're working towards that second bleed item. Mr. JC getting close to finishing his jungle item. A little behind on farm to Gribs, who now has the Leandries. The Hollow Radiance now finished for Maokai. Gonna be an important item, but we almost have the Riftmaker here for the side of Jesus Christ, sorry, I can't speak. Mordecai is here. Okay, Urkion going to gonna be ganked by Gribs. The Lilia, Martin Mystery going to try and get the kill, but Lilia secures it. The bleed, but that means Mr. JC priority access to the Rift, and Mr. JC has picked up the purple Shelly. The bowling ball going to land on the Blios, but whiffs even while Sleepy Time is there. There was no one near enough for a follow-up. Almost have the static, sorry, not the static, but the Kraken on Ashe. Going to be a good item redemption, but here Blios almost at 2 items already. A hook gonna land onto the wall. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow gonna go wide. And it looks like we're not going to force any summoners outside of the Ashes Flash. Another hook by Nautilus. Really good. And Kaysen taking so much damage. Enchanted Crystal Arrow already invested, but Azor in a 1v2. PETA taking a lot of damage, but he just has to... Can Azor survive the burst? The shield comes through. The Rylai slow, it's not going to be enough. The outer edge burn, the true damage from Lilia going to be enough to take down Azor, helping slow down a bit of the gold lead. But this bot lane duo just going to take a third dragon. We have a Ocean Soul for this game, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of hype, a lot of healing, and a lot of champions that benefit from percent health regeneration. I look forward to it. Silas finishing the rocket belt, going in on Urkion, but Mr. JC is here to fight. And Martin Mystery, gotta be careful. The teleport from PETA means that Mr. JC has to drift away. PETA running towards Urkion, but decides to call it off. Hydrus is here to shadow. Hydrus is here to shadow Urkion and Mr. JC, just in case something were to happen. Looks like we're going, I think it's a Sterix Gage second item here for Mr. JC, not opting to go the defensive route, offering to go more the offensive route. So Ashe and Kaisa now finishing extra items. We've got the single Kraken, the Nature's Wrath proc now. Mr. JC, Urkion in a little bit of trouble, going to get caught up. Unfortunately, has access to Flash, but that Nature's Wrath really does like basically the entire duration of the lane. There was no shutdown to be given, so Ashe switching to a far side alteration to be able to play a little more safer. Bleo's going to be clearing some ward control in the blue side jungle for Gribs, and we've almost got 2 items on this Lilia. This Lilia could be a problem. We're going to have to be playing carefully. The bowling ball dodged out of the way, which is good. Bleo's taking a little bit of counter poke, but nothing he can't manage. Azor gonna look to counter jungle away from Gribs, having access to the Riftmaker now. Okay, successfully taking a camp away. Maokai gonna be pulled in by the Death Grass, pulled into the Shadow Realm. The knock-up, Gribs gonna be... Ooh, gonna be suppressed by the Impale, but gonna be... Bleos gonna be getting a nice Revenge ult. Bleo's taking a lot of damage. He has to be able to live, but he's going to be taken down by Martin Mystery. Azor also dies. Identificator in the middle of everything, but the brand damage is insane. The dive's coming in, but it's an ace for Team Yuzu. The Herald being dropped. Urkion's massive damage. Nautilus with a 16 KDA. This man on a rampage. Hydras is my GOAT. Okay, looks like we finally finished the Winter's Approach that transformed into the Fimbulwinter for Maokai. Lilia also finishing the second item. Cosmic Drive in the books for Silas. Not yet completed. It looks like we might be going the Warmogs or the Heartsteel here for Tom Kench. Scarter almost finishing his second item. Leandri's finished for Brand. We are now working on... I'm not sure what this item is for Bleos. It might be a Blade of the Ruined King. I mean, it would make sense. But could also be something like a Wit's End or something. We'll have to see. Could also be a Terminus. There's a lot of items that these things can go into. We'll have to see what route Kaisa decides to build, because it's not the typical AP route that we normally see with the Static Shiv, Ginsu's Nashor's Tooth into Zonia's. We do have a lot of magic here on the side for Yuzu, so Kaisa has to adapt into a more AD/crit-centric build. Notably, though, Bleos did not have Cleanse. Really important thing in the next team fight. If they can catch him without the Cleanse, well, Bleos is mechanically godlike. There's only so much you can do against hyper hard CC. The fact that the Tom Kench ultimate was used to save Gribs really allowed for a reset on the momentum in the team fight with the Tom Kench ultimate. Martin Mystery has to be a little bit careful. Silas is, Mordekaiser is pretty strong at this 2-item power spot, and once we see either an anti-heal item or a Leandri's, things are gonna get from bad to worse. But I think if I were Azor, I would now start investing into magic resist defensive items, such as like the Abyssal Mask and Spirit Visage and stuff like that. So I feel like we now need to fill more of a supportive niche. Serix Gage now picked up for the side of Mr. JC. Ash waiting on that Hawkshot cooldown to try and find information, but we have Ocean Soul contention in 20 seconds. The Abyssal Mass and Blighting Jewel picked up for the side of Yuzu. Nautilus making a good adaptation in terms of his build. Mr. JC now also investing defensively. We'll have to see what he gets. Places his pink out in the enemy jungle. Looks like the start of the dragon's gonna be uncontested. If this Ocean Soul goes to the side of Yuzu, things could get ugly in team fights. That's a lot of healing for Mordekaiser, Skarner, Brand, and Kaisa. Looks like we're going to give it up freely. The Cosmic Drive coming in for Silas is big item for Silas. We'll have to see what Yuzu's able to do with this. This game might come down to an Elder Flip at the end of it. Pita doing what he can with 3 gups to try and get some push in. Objective bounties for 250 gold on the outer turrets, 400 gold on the inner turrets, 300 gold on Baron, and 500 gold for Dragons. So that's going to be a nice extra chunk of change. And Nature's Grass going to be procced early so that Peter could probably escape. Catches 3 members, although the Nature's Graph is a huge cooldown. Pita, I don't think... I mean, it's already about 20% off cooldown already, so I'm not too worried. Looks like we are going Leandri's here for the side of Mordekaiser. I really wish we would see more defensive itemization, but I could understand the need to have maybe a little bit more damage. But Silas gonna do a lot, but Mordekaiser gonna have access to an insane amount of healing with the Mordekaiser W and the Ocean Soul, plus the fact that he has the Omnivamp from the Riftmaker. Mordekaiser gonna be a threat. If we can deal with this Lilia early in team fights, things will be hard for the side of the Titans du Nexus. Brand going to make sure his pink ward doesn't go away so fast. Going to keep the vision around the Baron. Azor has teleport, but Urkion's got to be careful. Oh, Skarner getting but the bot lane and Skarner getting a reset, and now allows Tetons to move in and clear. Identificator hitting the Baron accidentally makes it a little harder to clear all the waves out. Okay, Hydra's hooking PETA, the Seer coming out. PETA throwing the Nature's Grass down. It's only going to lock down Hydra's, but Kaysen is going to go down. The teleport now invested by Martin Mystery. Martin gonna get tagged by the Seer. The Nautilus ultimate. Gribbs getting caught out. And now Gribbs is gonna die. There's no Tom Kench to be able to save them. Kaisa goes in. 1v3. Unfortunately, a little too aggressive. Identificator flashes defensively, but the staggering blow, it's gonna be enough. PETA goes down. Gribbs is dead. And Martin Mystery is low. Azor gonna keep them off. And just with this brand who has access to Super Burn, should be able to do the objective pretty clearly. Looks like it's going to be a no contest Baron here for the side of Yuzu. Urkion playing wonderfully with Mr. JC. But shoutouts to Hydrus. The quality of these hooks are pro play level. Tom Kench going to try and go for a steal with a tongue lash, but it's not going to hit. And now we've got a 9,000 gold lead, ladies and gentlemen. Another 2,000 gold for Mordekaiser. Looks like we are going a Koenig Rookern next here for the Skarner. Already has his Mercury Treads. Looks like Void Staff is the next item buy for the side of Urkion. Blios finishing his Terminus. And now going towards a lifesteal item. Could be a Blade of the Rune King, who knows. A little bit too trigger happy on that last one. Using the Killer Instinct to dive in 1v3. If he was more the AP variety, another Nature's Grass being thrown in. Urkion gonna get caught out. Not much he can do. No Hourglass to save him. But it means that we get priority access to this middle inner turret because we committed the Maokai ultimate. There's no disengage possible. Ashe now with a Runans and some anti-heal, hopefully able to stabilize against the Ocean Soul. Lilia finishing her Seeker's Arm Guard, it's going to be big, but I think Maokai really wants to finish his Spirit Visage before something else happens. Azor now at 3+ items. This Murder Kaiser going to be hard to murder, and JC looking to get a Spectre's Cowl probably before the next big team fight. Probably going to look to clear the rest of his blue side jungle. The Void Scuttle going to be taken, and Maokai going to be seen on vision by Azor. The reset's going to be interrupted. Sleepy Time's coming down on the Kaisa, and looks like we're trying to lock Blios down. Blios with some magnificent mechanical outplays, able to run away, but gonna get locked down by the Ashe. So it's a 1 for 2 trade right now. It's a 1 for 3, a 2 for 3. The Stone Throw's gonna miss, but Hydrus does it. This man is the Olympian from Turkey, refusing to miss. Hooks onto a minion, gets that refresh. The H-Style Impact gonna find Maokai, but the Bramble Smash gonna cancel the H-Style Impact. And that's another team fight win here for the side of Yuzu. And because Maokai had to TP away, Azor gets another turret. Okay, looks like we're going to reset. Mr. JC has about 1,800 gold. Finishes the Koenig. Mordekaiser gets more defensive itemizations. Looks like we're working towards maybe Knight's Vow or something for the Nautilus. I'm not too sure. Bloodthirster seems to be the item here for Blios. On a bright side here for Les Titans, we've got the Lilia's Zonia's now finished, and Silas working towards his third item. Ashe almost has, with that shutdown money, has slowly caught up to Blios, still down about 3,000 gold. But can't blame him. Leos has been playing so well. Gribbs getting caught once again. Forced to use the Zonias early. The impact is going to take 3 people. And we're sitting in the Brand passive. Everyone's just melting. They're all dead. It's a triple kill for Urkion. And that's just the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. We got 40-second death timers. There's no need for the Elder Dragon. That's going to be 1-0 for our boys over at DH Yuzu. A wonderful performance. This Nautilus unkillable. A KDA of 28. I want to get an interview with this man. I got to sign up to this man's Patreon. If you want to learn how to play Nautilus, this man, you should give him all your money. Because he's probably the best Nautilus I've seen all year. Game 1 goes to Yuzu in a dominant fashion. All right. Well, that was game 1. Sorry if my voice was super loud. I don't think there was a time in the game where we weren't taking fights and stuff. So, holy fuck. Whew. Hoo-ha. Alright, that's Yuzu leading up 1-0, expecting to see Yuzu on red side for game number 2. And Titans on blue side. But we'll have to see. We're just waiting on the invite to the lobby. Sorry, I had to give my praise to Hydras. The man played like a fucking god. I'm completely soaked. If I was a girl, bro, my panties would be drenched. The quality of this Nautilus play was insane. I lost like 5 years of my life casting that game. This Nautilus, bro, had me on my toes the entire game. Nothing I could do. Alright, yeah, we gotta get the music back up and running. Alright, looks like Titans have confirmed that they are blue side for game number 2. Just waiting on the player placement. And then we will be able to get the draft link, get ready to go in the champion select for game number 2. We'll have to see if we see some draft adaptations, because that Nautilus felt really, really dirty. And no offense to Martin Mystery, but the Silas and the Maokai really didn't feel like they left much of an impact in the lane. Hydras landed so many hooks that the defensive pick of Tom Kench just wasn't enough. There was too many mispositionings on the side of Titans here for them in game 1. And Bleos played out of his mind, but the Nautilus ending deathless, that's unheard of. Nautilus almost never doesn't die in a game, but lived by the skin of his teeth every single time. Such amazing hooks. I know I'm not supposed to be glazing on the cast, but holy fuck, bro. I want to give Hydras a skin, but I'm poor. As he was using the default Nautilus skin. Yeah. No, Archeon, you played really well. I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see you play Brand. I didn't think it was something that you had in the repertoire, but you did really good against the Silas. And Mr. JC, of course, with some fantastic multi-impact plays. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't show favoritism. It's just, you know, like, you guys had Carry on your team for game number 1, so, like, tabarnak. But yeah, no, you guys all played really, really fucking well. Outside of that one play where Bleos, oh yeah, yo, I bet you won a lot of games in Arena with that, Archeon. Holy shit. But yeah, yo, good job on game 1, guys. Hopefully you guys don't lose game 2, but I'd love to cast 3 games of this if it's gonna be this action packed. Holy fuck, like, I'm oh, yo, I saw your Katarina yesterday, Archeon. You are a madman. I can understand why she's permabanned against you. Tite digalas, mon boy. I would permaban it against you even if I didn't know who you were, bro. I just banned Katarina every game in solo queue just in case you were in my lobby. But yeah, I hope you guys didn't mind. I recorded your flex games yesterday. It's some really good content for the YouTubes though. Holy shit. Fun fact for anyone watching, if you have me on your League of Legends friends list and you either play flex or solo queue a bit and you'd like to get your content highlighted on my YouTube channel, do shoot me a message either in DMs or whenever, and I will do what I can to cast your games in between my casts. Keep in mind that casts will always take priority upload the following day, but whenever I haven't casted a game, normally I do upload live glazing VODs of my friends, cohorts, and org members. Even if you're non-DH, I am willing to do live glazing episodes, so look forward to it. If you're interested, and easily just contact me. I'm the Fallen Sanctum on Discord if you have any questions, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below of any of the live glazing episodes that I upload on YouTube. You can also find them in the League VODs, the League VOD section. But here we are with the draft for game number 2. Okay, we're paying Azor the respect ban. The man handled the 1v2 really well last game. Absorbed so much pressure. It was a little bit insane. Still gonna be banning Olaf away from Peta. Looks like Peta's weak side gambit might not have been what they wanted to play against. Peta's a strong side. Bans are going to stay consistent. We're going to be keeping Archeon away from Syndra. And are we going to be banning the Katarina this time? Because if we don't ban the Katarina, Archeon will likely pick it. One of his most played champion. Ooh, looks like Katarina's going to make it through. We're looking at a Zac ban, and it's going to be a confirmation for the Zac ban, meaning that we're not on blue side, so we have to give the obligatory Skarner ban. Champion is just too strong. As you saw, Mr. JC landing game-winning ultimates, suppressing multiple team members for up to like 2+ seconds. champion is ridiculously powerful. Looks like we're going to lock in Shyvana here for Grips. I don't think this is a solo lane Shyvana. I think this is a AP Shyvana in the jungle. Okay, Bleo's gonna take away the Ashe, and Hydra's gonna show us how to play Braum this game. We've got the Freljordian duo in the bot lane for Yuzu. Action-packed lane. Let's see what they are going to be playing against. Probably saving our jungle pick for third. Unless we want to early pick one of our solos. Looks like Thresh is going to be picked up. A solid answer into Braum, and honestly a good pick into Ashe. Jinx, a solid contender for probably one of the better AD carries on the patch. Whenever Jinx gets a takedown, either a kill or an assist, gets an insane amount of movement speed and attack speed that stacks. It can really turn around a team fight if she has Kraken Slayer or just a lot of crit. So we'll have to see. I think though that sorry, who's the AD carry here? That Identificator gonna have learned from game 1 and going to be opting to take cleanse against so many heavy CCs. We got Maokai here for JC. Looks like we're going to be banning Sylas away. Sylas, really good mid lane choice when you see an Ashe, a Braum, a Maokai, because given that Sylas boosts the damage of any ultimate he has with his AP ratios, things are disgusting. Oh, never mind. We're going to pivot over to an ASOL ban. Maybe Urkion's brand is enough to dissuade the pick of a Sylas. We can always keep the top lane. We can always blind pick a top laner if we're playing weak side for Azor and keep the counter pick mid for Urkion. But we'll have to see here. Probably the Katarina gets banned once again. The respect ban dropped for Katarina. Interesting to see Mr. JC on the Maokai. I thought he'd be more on the Sejuani duty, but it does make sense into... actually, no. Yeah, no, Sejuani would have been a better pick here. It gives much better Braum synergy. The Maokai not really known for auto-attacking. Okay, let's see what Yuzu are going to ban once again on red side. The last ban, it's going to be a Vladimir. Okay, interesting. I'm not too sure where this ban is coming from. Study the solo queue history. Well, honestly, just, I guess, a strong champion and probably a good pick topside. It looks like we are going to be banning Gwen away from Azor. So, okay. So the Darius left open. Let's see who's blind picking. Probably safer to just pick a consistent mage, something like Ahri or Orianna, or hell, maybe even like, given that there's a Shyvana, like a Talia could be good. We'll have to see what we look at here. See in the mid lane angle. Oh yeah, probably gonna be an Ahri. Oh no, looks like Urkion's just gonna stick with his guns. Had a really good lane against the Sylas and is taunting Martin Mystery to grab that Sylas. Even though Urkion did die a few times in the side lane, the Hui was not banned this time, so we are going to have a masterful mage showdown in the mid lane. The activist rights versus the forest fire enthusiasts. Let's see if global warming is gonna win, or... Ooh, Mundo, a solid blind pick, good physical damage, which the team was kind of lacking outside of the Jinx. The Shyvana does decent amount of physical damage, but tends to just build full AP. So that most of our damage is translated to magic damage. Anyways, let's see what the counter pick here for our boy Azor is gonna be. The Darius is open, but Darius into Hui Thresh isn't the funnest to play team fights in. We'll have to see what he decides to lock in. Looks like Darius is going to be locked in. Wow, I must be a psychic. I saw that it wasn't banned and the timer was running low, and it looks like interesting. So we've got Mundo versus Darius. We've got Hui versus Bran. We've got Ash Brown versus Jinx Thresh. Interestingly enough, Mr. JC this time also going to be playing weak side once again in the jungle matchup. Fell down a little bit in CS, but his ganks were so impactful early that he had the money difference, was able to get a really early hard steal, and yeah. Okay, gonna be turning the draft screen off. We are getting ready to get into champion select. As always, this is your 6-minute warning to get a snack, a drink, whatever you need, as we are going to be getting the game in about 5 to 6 minutes. So yeah. Interesting to see Azor going to be playing strong side once again. This time, a little bit harder of a 2v2 matchup. Maokai doesn't really bring much damage, brings sustainability and okay crowd control to the side of the 2v2, but Shyvana Mundo does a lot of damage. We'll have to see if we are able to have the strong side Darius pop off, because unfortunately, if Darius does not get going, he can fall behind really fast. But like Jinx, if Darius gets an execute with his ultimate, especially like in the mid to late games, it's going to do so much damage. But we'll have to see if Darius can reach the carries this game, because Peel a little better here on the side of Nexus Titans than it was last game. I'm expecting Flash Ghost, but if we see a teleport, if we see like teleport Ghost from Darius, I wouldn't be surprised to see teleport and an offensive summoner instead of 2 offensive summoners, because we are in competitive play. All right, Champ Select is about to wrap up. We've got about 5 minutes before the game starts. So as always, if you need to go get your refreshments, please do so. I will mic off and turn it back on once we get into the game. You'll notice that when the music gets paused. But anyways, that's it for me, and we'll see you in the game.
Alright, we are back. We're about to get into game number 2. Alright, here we are.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
Alrighty. We've got some interesting summoner spell choices. As I had predicted, we went double offensive on Azor with the Ghost Flash. We'll have to see what build Azor opts to, if he's going Triforce or Strikebreaker. Looks like we have a defensive start on both sides, regular 5-point. Looks like Grip's going to be starting on his blue side at Wolves, and Mr. JC going to be starting at red buff. Ergion getting the better half of Martin Mystery early in the lane. We'll have to see if this Ash Braum is going to do as good as Kaisa Nautilus did. Decimates not going to be taken for level 1. Azor are going to be taking a lot of damage, but we'll have to see if Pete is able to keep up this pressure once Darius has access to more healing. Okay, looks like Brand has the advantage, CS wise, at least for the first wave. Martin Mystery taking a lot of damage early on. They're suffering a little bit wave wise. Darius starting to build up a little bit of a lead. Bot lane's pretty stable right now. We'll have to see if Identificator is able to have a better game, because Bleos really got really took advantage of him in the last game. Brand's starting to build a decent lead. A nice heal here from Azor with the Decimate. Gotta be a little bit careful if we're PETA. Martin Mystery landing a good fear that would have maybe, without it, would have gotten him hurt. The Seer was following up. Okay, Azor getting a really good trade on the PETA here. Gonna pop the Mundo pill.
This is rebellion.
Okay, the flash from both sides. The 5 stacks of Hemorrhage not gonna be enough to kill PETA, but definitely gonna be good enough to force him off the objective. Herkion getting a good recall in, has the Faded Ashes start. PETA going to be back to lane. So it looks like we are going Triforce early. On the Darius, going to mean that the Decimate trade starts are going to be a lot more impactful. The Fear landing onto Urkion. Hydra's getting some bush control here in the bot lane. And Infected Cleaver doing about 20% of the HP. Leo's going to be a little down on CS early on, but there's a big wave pushing into him. The Eye of the Watcher not going to be able to connect. Fireball going to miss. But Thresh and Jinx have rotated. Oh, the Fear going to interrupt, forcing Urkion to flash over. But now Urkion is a little stuck. First Blood gonna go over to Gribbs. Things are going bad, but now Hydrus and Mr. JC are there. Bleos going to catch out the bot lane, and that's gonna be a double kill. It's a double kill here for the side of Yuzu. Urkion dying to the Shyvana is going to mean the Shyvana is going to be a little ahead of the Maokai, but having access to these cooldown boosts, Maokai should be pretty comfortable. Gribb's going to get a good start onto the Grubs, but going to be pushed off by Urkion, forcing Shyvana to recall. A nice death sentence into the Flay. Bleos is getting low, but Identificator not going to be able to do much damage. Bleos forced a flash in response to a really nice death sentence. We'll have to see if it's enough. A death sentence goes wide here for the side of Kaysen. Azor gonna take a good trade, but he's getting pretty low. We have the ultimate here from Darius, going to be enough to execute, but the bot lane here going to get melted. Identificator gonna die. Kaysen going to manage to take down the Ashe, but that's two kills. That's 2 kills to the Ashe again. We almost have a Kraken Slayer here. The ult combo going to miss from Martin Mystery. Urkion gonna live with his life. Could have been in trouble had he gotten hit by that. But Azor starting to build a decently big lead against the Mundo. 500 gold to be exact early. We're even in the mid lane, but we're about 1,000 gold up here in the bot lane. Merktread's already came in for Hydra, so he's going to have some good tenacity for these hooks. Shyvana looks to be going Spear of Trojan first item, and I think we might be going Locket first on the Maokai. We almost have the Blackfire Torch here for Brand. I think Urkion, yeah. Urkion is Brown. Martin Mystery might be going the same item, but we might also see a Luden's Companion here. We'll have to see what he opts to build. Jinx opting for the Static Shiv over the... I believe it's a Static Shiv over the Kraken Slayer. Hydra's getting caught by the death sentence, gonna get hit by the zap, but we're not gonna be able to do much damage to this Braum, as he already has the magic resist And Ashe is only a few hundred gold off getting that Kraken Slayer, which will be like really good early. And can't. Oh, Mr. JC here in the bush for a surprise gang. Kaysen has flash in just a second, but it's not going to be enough. Leos gets another kill. The Ashe and Bromults were not invested, so that means they can now potentially dive this Jinx if she is not careful. But because we had grub pressure, the Ashe ult is being committed. Jinx gets hit. The Twisted Advance flash in by Mr. JC. And Bleo's going to take yet another kill. What a wonderful ultimate synergy combo. Looks like Gribbs is taking some advantage by stealing a lot of the resources available to Mr. JC in his blue side jungle. Shyvana is roaming up top lanes. Azor does have to be a little bit careful. Okay, Urkion getting the better of Martin Mystery for now. Hydra's going to be able to keep his control ward alive for just a second so he can get a recall in. Shyvana ganking the Urkion, and Urkion not going to be able to survive. Lands the burst onto Martin Mystery and is going to finish the kill. The Black Fire Torch purchase was enough in the shop. Now both mid laners have it, and we'll have to see where we go from there. A nice revenge kill by Urkion, but both mid laners having expended their flash, and now there is some turret plate pressure to his bot lane, but Mr. JC making his way towards the dragon while Gribbs and PETA are going to be starting these scrubs. They will have the Voidling buff for this game, but Mr. JC understands that soul stacking is really important, and a Hex stack and an Ocean Dragon are two important individual dragons to have. Looks like we're going to be trying to chase the Shyvana away. The Fear is going to miss by Martin Mystery, and the Thunderbolt also misses, so Urkion is in no danger. It's going to be a Grub for Dragon trade, but because we had two Grubs here... Oh, we've got the Nature's Grasp, but unfortunately we are not going to follow up on it. We had access to the Ashe Arrow, but maybe it would have just been the Ashe, and I don't know if Leos thought he had enough damage to follow up. Looks like Mr. JC is pinging that they want to fight for this Rift Herald. A Death Sentence going to catch Ashe, but the Glacial Fissure... okay. The flash fireball is gonna be enough. And Shyvana going to be taking a lot of money. She's snowballing ahead. Unfortunately, the Jinx is 0-3, but we'll have access to getting some plating here. Hui gonna do his best to defend a wave. But that was a really nice death sentence from the side of Thresh. Unfortunately, he landed a death sentence with almost no HP, so Ashe was able to just kill him. Okay, looks like we are going to be crashing the wave into the turret. I don't know if a plate is going to be lost, but we've got the Kraken Slayer on Ashe. Oh, looks like we're going to Yuntal Fire Wild Arrow build early on the Jinx. It makes sense. It's a really good first item. Shyvana already has access to the Shojin. She's going to be really strong. But Azor building up a nice gold lead against this Mundo. Things are going to go from bad to worse. But that's 2 plates over to the Mundo. Almost equalizing that gold lead. Definitely getting to his Warmog's power spike. Mr. JC not going to be in range to land. The plates have worn off. Shyvana jumping on the Ashe. We have to be careful. The Super Mega Death Rocket invested. And Bleo's going to die again. Hydra's going to die this time to the Jinx. And a little bit of a blunder by the side of Yuzu. Having Urkion in the bot lane means that the collapse by 4 people was enough. At least Urkion gets first turret blood, but it looks like we are giving over precedence of the Herald over to the team with the Shyvana and the Grubs. So the Depth Sent is going to go wide, but the arrow lands into the Nature's Grasp. Looks like we've got the follow-up. The Depth Sentence gonna manage to save his Jinx. PETA gonna teleport into danger. Gonna be taken down by Blios. And it looks like we're gonna be trading turrets. Azor with a turret take of his own. So it's gonna be 2 turrets for none in that exchange, with a kill on the Thresh and Mundo. So the teleport being invested was pretty huge. Okay, we've got the Wild Arrows now on the Jinx. Urkion gonna take a reset, has 2,300 gold, probably finishing Boots hunting guys. But we'll have to see. Shyvana now going towards... what is this? A Tunneler Giant's Belt? Is that Titanic Hydra? Okay, so we've got an AD Shyvana here? Okay, I mean... It makes a little bit of sense. Looks like we're summoning the Herald bot lane. And Mr. JC going to be a little bit behind gold-wise. About 2,000 gold behind his counterpart. But the Mundo down about 1,200. There's a giant lead for the Ashe and a decent lead for Brand. So Mr. JC not too worried. Going to be playing the optimal weak side. The Rift is going to crash into the turrets. Urkion has to be careful. Does have his flash. Yeah, so as expected, I believe it is Titanic. It looks like we are going Phantom Dancer here on the Ashe. Grib's going to be able to take that Gromp away, though, but has to back up as now Mr. JC, Blios, and Hydrus are making their way near. The Twin Bite from Shyvana going to allow... looks like they weren't on vision, but Hydra's getting caught. The Eye of the Watcher going to find the Maokai. Ult combos going off. PETA's going to get ulted by the Mundo. The turret shot's gonna be, the delayed turret shot's gonna be enough to kill Azor. PETA going to survive thanks to the maximum dosage. But the Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to start doing damage. We got Mr. JC in the pit. He steals it from Gribs. Is Gribs gonna die? Urkion is the backline being melted. Ooh, and Bleo's gonna make sure he gets that shutdown. That juicy shutdown. Martin Mystery and Kaysen living by the skin of their teeth, but this Ashe 10-3, putting in a lot of work this game. Has access to so much peel, and there's just so much damage from the side of Yuzu that it's really hard to build up these resistances. Titanic now finished for Shyvana, Warmog's on Mundo. We've got Leandri's in the works for both mid laners. Do we have Phantom Dancer here for... no, we have Runans and a BF sword here for Blios. Azor going to be taking some jungle camps away from his jungler. Needs a little bit of money. Brand going to be collecting the blue. And it looks like we're transitioning into a pretty healthy mid-game. Unfortunately for Titans, the dragon was stolen away. So we have Mountain Soul contention in 3 minutes and 40. We've also got Baron in a minute. So we'll have to see if this accelerated Shyvana can find and put in the work. While Darius did lose the 1v1 trade at the turret, it is still heavily Darius favored, but the Mundo has closed the gold lead between them. Oh, sorry. Why am I manual camera? Apologies. But my ADHD. It looks like Urkion is being collapsed on by the Shyvana. Urkion trying to get at least one person before he dies. and is going to manage to survive. Gets a double kill here. So Martin Mystery and Gribbs both going down, but that means that Jinx is going to have access to pushing this turret. We've got a teleport invested by PETA, but he's all alone. Brand gonna teleport mid lane. And we'll see if he's able to clear the wave. So right now it doesn't feel like he's able to. Okay, the pill has been picked up. We've got a demolish proc. Okay, the maximum dosage is coming out, but the Jinx is gonna get some resets, gets a shutdown onto the Ashe. Hydra is going to kill the Jinx with the door, and now Urkion gets caught out. Urkion's not gonna make it out. The big pyroclasm going to explode. Everyone's taking a lot of damage, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to kill anyone. A little bit of a blunder here for the side of Yuzu. But the gold lead now severely collapsed. Big shutdowns. 450 gold shutdown onto the from the Maokai, and we had about a 450 shutdown from the Ashe. Jinx now solidly, well, still about 2,500 gold down. Unfortunate. So there's still a really big lead in that sense. The only real lead that we have here for the side of Titans is the 3,000-ish gold lead that we have in the jungle. But if this Shyvana is not able to make things happen, we're going to be struggling. It looks like we are getting some defensive itemization. It could be. Looks like it's going to be a Kainic Rooker in here for the side of Shyvana. Maokai now opting towards the Warmogs, as he knows his job and Hydra's job is just to peel as much as they can for this Ashe. We already have the double locket. The Sterix Gauge already done by Azor, but the Heartsteel finish by Mundo could eventually be a problem. However, we have Mountain Soul contention in 20 seconds, and Titans is nowhere near. Azor gonna catch PETA, but taking a lot of damage. Maximum dosage is coming in. The Pyroclasm gonna land. Jinx gonna be taking a lot of damage. Kaysen gonna die. Gribbs gonna look to find Urkion. Azor gonna get the revenge kill, but Martin Mystery gonna kill Urkion. A little bit of a disaster of a team fight. The isolated Thunderbolt doesn't find. Gribbs going to kill Maokai. We've got a little bit of a blunder here. Azor won his trade, but Yuzu lost theirs, so it means that we're going to lose this dragon. But we're going to get an inner turret here for the Darius. So now Maokai finishing his item. We're on 2 items for the mages. Ashe working towards an Infinity Edge. Really needs it. Unfortunately, Urkion just got completely melted by Gribbs in that last team fight. Didn't really have much of a chance. It looks like we went Abyssal Master instead of Kainic. It makes sense, as so the fire does a lot of damage, and the passive flame charge from Shyvana puts in a lot of work. We'll have to see what Darius gets here. Almost finishing a Dead Man's Plate. But Hui slowly starting to make a comeback. The Shyvana is pretty impactful. We're about almost 4,000 up the difference. Hydra's gonna be caught out by Mundo. Going to stand with me onto Urkion. There's not a lot of Yuzu members in the top side of this jungle. We got to be a little bit careful. Looks like we're just going to get a reset. Urkion still looking to get a bit of CS. Doesn't have the money yet. Azor going to be side laning against this Hui. 2 levels up on his laning opponent. Darius has been getting a lot of time in the bot lane. We've got a lot of important item completions. Frozen Heart, Infinity Edge, and Dead Man's Blade for Yuzu. Ashe now on 3 items. Braum on 2, Darius on 3. We'll have to see if there's enough peel for Urkion and Blios. As if the Ashe isn't able to fire away in a team fight, a lot of the money is pretty null and void. We're clearing vision around the Baron. Okay, Mundo getting collapsed. Oh, no, yeah, okay, Mundo getting collapsed on. Peta looks like he's going to die. Doesn't have the flash. Can't make it out. The Eye of the Watcher going to do a decent amount of damage to Urkion with the Super Mega Death Rockets. As Urkion is pretty low, but it looks like we have priority access to start the Baron. But we're going to back off because we're pushing in a big wave in to the inner mid turrets. We still have the key ultimates from Ashe. Well, everyone still has their ultimates on the side of Yuzu. But these mountain dragons are what I'm really worried about. If they can start stacking them here on Titans, maybe we have a game 3 angle. Looks like Yuzu's going to pull the plug on this Baron without Urkion. Shyvana is nearby. Yuzu have to commit, have to decide if they're committing. Azor getting caught. Gonna get blown up. A lot of damage. Identificator is being focused. The resets are coming in for Darius. And Azor going to be maybe getting a pentakill. Pentakill for Azor. Thought he was gonna get blown up, but with the Sterix and the Lockets, he managed to land, to survive enough, gets the first execute, and then snowballs from there. Azor putting in a lot of work this game. Now 7-1-0. Unfortunately, the bot side for Yuzu not as deathless as they were in the last game. But it looks like, I think we... Are we pinging Baron? No, we're pinging camps. I think Urkion is going to go get the wave top lane, but we're pinging that the dragon is spawning in a minute. Okay, gold wise, Darius now finishing the Jack show. Up almost an item and a half on the Mundo. The Shyvana's starting to slowly fall off. Managed to get a decent amount of damage off, but it wasn't enough. Braum gonna get caught by the other Watcher, but Guardian Braum with access to Locket and Merctrez has a decent amount of magic resist. There's no pen here for Martin Mystery. We are starting the Mountain Soul, trying to pull it out. It's going to be a smite fight for Mountain Soul. Martin Mystery getting caught. Gonna take the lantern, but he's burning down pretty fast. It looks like Urkion is going to take the dragon. The ult here... The ult here for Martin Mystery going to put a really big chunk, and that's a 3 for 3. Azor is still full HP. The ghost. Okay, looks like Kaysen is going to die to Azor. And Mountain Soul has been secured for Yuzu. Looks like we might be starting this. Are we going to be starting this Baron? It's just Mundo and Darius. I don't think there's... It's just it's just Maokai and Darius. I don't think there's enough damage, but I think we're looking to call it. I don't know. Darius heading top lane to shove the wave. We've got almost 4 items now on the Ashe. Importantly, Jinx finished her Infinity Edge. Just got blown up. Shyvana finishing that Iceborne Gauntlet could make a difference. Fortunately, Azor was not in the fight for the side of Yuzu, so a lot of the money wasn't really there. Shadowflame finished up by Brands, so that's a good thing. And Mr. JC now going for an Abyssal Mask. Hydra's maybe getting caught out, but Azor is nearby. Urkion committing the teleport top lane. Okay. Looks like we are committing the crowd control onto the Mundo. If he dies, the front line is going to be gone. But Azor not getting an execute, going to die. Blios, Identificator putting in a lot of work. Identificator getting the resets. The Jinx is popping off. Gets a quadra kill for Identificator. But unfortunately, the brand is going to snipe the Jinx. It is an ace for the side of Titans. And it was a close fight. Unfortunately, Blios didn't have much space to play with. The gold gap is rapidly closing here, though, for Titans. A Jinx now finishing that Mortal Reminder, buying more crit chance. Mundo finishing his Titanic Hydra, has a lot of stacks on that Heartsteel. It took a while for them to kill him. I mean, Brian's the only one who has % damage. While Mundo has no resistances, his regen is a little bit insane. Now the Knight's Vow on the Thresh for the Jinx. And Shyvana getting close to that full build status. Still up about 5,000 gold on Mr. JC. But Mr. JC doing what he can to provide peel in team fights for his teammates. Okay. Looks like the next kerfuffle will definitely be over Baron. There's 2 minutes on it. Oh, the flash. Ashe gonna be left on 1 HP. Has to be careful. PETA taking a lot of damage from Brand because there's no magic damage. There's no magic resist. Gribbs gonna be taking a 1v1 versus Azor. Unfortunately, probably doesn't want to take it. The death sentence gonna miss onto Hydras, but we're gonna pop the opposition. However, key members, key tanks from the side of Titans are pretty low. Martin Mystery doesn't really do much damage right now. I have to see if he can make a comeback. It looks like priority access to the Baron has been given to Mr. JC, and it looks like we're gonna be starting it. We need this Brand on the objective. He's got to land a few spells. Looks like we're calling off the Baron. No, we're committing on. Oh, no. The Glacial Fissure going to catch PETA, but we're just gonna pop the pill. Azor now in the middle, doing a lot of damage. The Baron's gonna be secured for Yuzu, but it's a 1-for-1 right now. Azor needs to get the executes, and we've got another kill. Oh, the hemorrhage is gonna be enough. That's a triple kill, and that's gonna be a 5-for-1 ace, and that's probably gonna be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 30 plus second death timers. We've got a Baron buff with Grubs, and we've got an Ashe and a Darius. So these buildings are going to melt. Congratulations to DH Yuzu for the 2-0 win in their week, securing not last place in the rankings of the Division 2 Mamago match. As always, the VOD will be up at 10 a.m. The VOD will be up tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Yuzu and Titans viewers on my YouTube channel, so make sure to check out the Fallen Sanctum on YouTube. Let me just link my channel real quick for those who aren't subscribed. I do always appreciate let's see. That's going to post it here on Twitch. Here you go. Thank you for watching as always. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and drop a follow if you haven't already. For the Twitch, I will be live tomorrow with DH Blossom versus DH Kabubu League Club Division 3 match. And we'll see you there. Thank you for watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Have a good day and have a good night.